This is a little update for my friend Joanie back in Asheville, North Carolina, and anybody else who cares to hear what's going on for us. This is Pepe, who's been with us for I think 13 days today. We found him in a garbage can, or right next to the garbage can, the day 3 hours after we crossed into Mexico on March 13th. And he is a live wire. He was not at first. He was in bad shape, but now he's significantly bigger and más fuerte, muy más fuerte, much stronger, feistier. And here's Magic. Joni, you did not know Magic. You knew Pancho. Pancho died very tragically in New Orleans just about a year ago, March 15th. And Magic has the name Magic because Pancho, I grieved Pancho so terribly, having been my partner in crime for a year and a half on the road and COVID and all that. And I was in bad shape. We had been in New Orleans, which had been a spectacular place for me for 3 months. And I ran Coliseum Square Park in the Lower Garden District, where we had been mostly, was so filled with memories of Pancho that I couldn't stand being there, and went 50 miles north to a town ironically named Ponchatoula, which had been the last place that Pancho had been healthy. On the way back, I stopped at a swamp trail that people were recommending right next to Lake Pontchartrain. And coming out of the trail in the dark, something soft brushed against my leg, and it was this big boy here, who had been out there in the swamp we don't know how long. There's a whole lot of stuff on TikTok about Magic, but he's turned out to be a total rock star, fabulous dog, mostly not needing to be unleashed at all because he behaves me so well, and I give him tremendous amounts of freedom and exercise. He was not sure about the pup at first because he's a rescue dog too, still with lots of trauma. And for several days he wanted nothing to do with the little spud here, but now he loves him, and they play together, and they're really great together now, which is super. And we are in I'm struggling to, we've been here 10 days and I'm struggling to pull up the name of the town still. I am finding it Victoria. I find it victoriously. We are in the town of Victoria, 225 miles south of the border, and right next to the Sierra Madre Oriental mountain chain. Mexico, you probably know this, Joanie. Mexico has two long ridges of mountains running north to south. Over on the Pacific coast is the Sierra Nevada Occidental west, where I don't know if Treasure of Sierra Madre was actually shot there, but it's famous for that. But these are a little smaller. Some of their peaks are 12,000 feet, and you can tell they rise up much more sharply than our Blue Ridge Mountains. And we spent 2 spectacular days out in those mountains, not very high even, but in a couple of enchanted parking spots. And those videos are all up on my YouTube channel, Majo John Madden. There's the H-E-B across the street, big Texas chain, but also here in Mexico. And here in Mexico, service dog means nothing. Magic, Magic made a service dog, and there's a story about that, but he's got the collar and a tag, and I've got a license in my wallet. No, none of that counts for anything in Mexico. Convenience stores will let them in, but anything that has food like H-E-B, even though the H-E-B stores in Texas all honor the service dog, no, not down here. So that's a tougher thing. But they love both dogs at the Hampton Inn. We spent one night at the Hampton Inn, and it was a great investment of my very limited funds because the fabulous people here are crazy about the dogs and like me well enough. And they provide us with food and stuff. And our car is broken down right now, way at the back of their parking lot. Very private, very quiet, very safe. Look at this. Can you believe this? 5 days ago, if Pepe had messed with Magic's still not crazy about having his tail messed with, but Magic initiates play with this little spud, and Pepe was just asleep under one of the sofas in the hotel there for a couple hours, and when he re-emerged, Magic was super happy, wagging his tail like crazy. That's his little brother now. Okay, so we're about to go for a little walk. It's hot. It's hot. It's like 90 degrees here and stifling. Nothing moving today. Yesterday the wind was blowing and it was a lot nicer. I think. I can't quite remember. There's a pool in back that's very nice and people mostly don't use. I'm wearing a bathing suit today intentionally because I intend to get in that pool. All right. Love you, Joanie. Love you, friends. Whoever's watching this, whenever. Have a great day. Bye.